Yes, you're going to keep the
Few boys are hung.
Andy's like well, isn't he? Fuck's sake, man.
Aye, but what's happened to him?
Great.
He needs a crash. He needs a crash helmet.
Since he's got that, as you say, the transplant,
he's lost the cushion he had. Concussed 2 weeks in a row.
I tell you what, the boy Goggins, he smashed him. In the first half.
No, it's not Jelly. I think Jelly's been
it was a Dillion. Absolutely. And then I shouldn't have, but I was laughing when it was a free kick that smashed off his noggin, and then that was him. He couldn't recover for it, but he needs a crash helmet. He needs something.
Something
I feel for him.
What am I mean, honestly, what am I? And by the way, I was looking the other day. The ratio when he plays
to he wins.
You got too much.
I didn't even look at that. I know I read somebody saying it today.
I change your position as well.
What about you? But yeah,
I've got 2 pet peeves for you straight away because it happened on the weekend and I'm fucking raging with. One involves football.
What?
Coaches who talk while the fucking session's on. Stop doing it. Don't care whether you're a fucking volunteer. Understand? Appreciate your time that you're doing up. But see if you're going to do it right, man. Because I'm watching training and a wee guy's done a fucking Maradona turn, put somebody through. And I'm looking at the coach just saying, is anybody going to say well done to the wee guy?
And I've not seen it talking about
talking to each other.
Talk
before it, talk after it. No, this is not you, by the way. You done it. I watched you done it. See while the session's on for an hour and a half, give the boys your time. I understand you're doing it.
I've been the last minute.
Honestly, mate, I was in my motor like that. Somebody, I felt like the windy didn't go like, wee man, fucking brilliant, man.
I know.
Wee guy standing like that, somebody going to give me a bit of praise here. I'm just fucking.
I know, I've seen that.
I see it all the time, Kev. I see it in men's football as well.
It's really bad, that.
And the second one is fucking lorry drivers overtaking on the motorway. Stop doing it, man. Stop overtaking on the motorway.
I would put
that rush again, mate. You're standing behind a fucking lorry driver overtaking people, man. Oh, no one. Missed a penalty last minute. I was running a fucking.
Lorry drivers, right? Who where the lorries?
You don't mess with them.
They're limited.
You don't mess with the road.
They're limited to 60 mile an hour, right?
And they're
trying to overtake each other.
So that they can get one space in.
They did, aye.
How does that work?
Just sit behind them.
That's M74, innit? Going down to England, they did a wee bit, but I'm not messing with them.
No, they can ram you right off the road, don't they, mate?
That's it, they do what they want.
So you right off the road, don't they?
I've heard about you.
No, we were trying to get back for the game. We were trying to get back for the game to watch the Celtic semi-final.
Do you know let him at half time? How do you know let him at half time to get a game?
Thank you.
So you should have. I can't believe you never left.
We're trying to get back for the game. And this lorry's overtaking me. He's in the fucking outside lane for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, a famous Scottish player picked me up. I didn't get anybody that was walking in and they seen me, picked me up the day and said you were unbelievable as a football player.
Nah,
a famous Scottish player.
Obviously need.
Who is it?
Andrew McLaren. Yeah.
He picked you up with the taxi?
So I was down in Turin and he drove by and I said to him,
by the way, what a player he was.
Amazing. And he was saying it was absolutely incredible.
I was a young boy at Tannadice seen Andy play.
Your type of player, isn't he? Andy McLaren.
Tanner Bopper.
Oh,
what a guy.
Absolutely. Went up, touch and just beating people. Aye. Made it easy.
Loves a fag.
Aye.
Do you think you're under... I've never asked you this. Do you think you're underrated as the career you had?
No,
You've been incredible, your career, but I'm saying, do you think people...
Can I give you the definition?
The credit you deserve.
I'm happy with my lot, to be honest with you.
But do you think people don't give you enough credit? No. Do you know what I think of that?
No. I was happy.
Because McCoy said you're fucking outstanding and all, didn't he?
I could have done what I wanted to do. You know, and obviously with the Rangers.
As soon as annoys me thinking about that.
That's a belter.
But I wanted, the only thing, the disappointment was I wanted to play in the bottom tier of Scottish football, so that's what League Two. and junior. I wanted to sample the junior, but my knee gave out. I wanted to play because I think there's a lot of good players in the junior. And sometimes it gets, you know, it's just like they think, they just lump up the partner. No, sometimes the junior team plays some good stuff. Aye, they put it about. But I would have liked to have kind of sampled that. So I would have
still time to play your team, isn't it?
I was watching something last night, so I wanted to ask you this: who was your first bird? First serious bird?
My missus.
What, Carol's your first ever bird?
Yes, serious, of course, aye.
Well, you never been out anything before it?
Aye, well, just seeing them dancing.
What are we talking here, like serious bird, as in like you're in a relationship for me?
I was never in a relationship, only Carol, that was the first.
Was it? So you've never sampled anything else now?
Sampled a few, but that was... Maybe,
No, but I mean,
maybe a few Coish's car staffs, by the way.
Brown toast.
No going there.
Mine's
But serious, no. The serious, like, kind of, that was, Carol, my fuck, aye. There you go.
That tells you what a woman she is, that you've never had to go.
I know, because I was never going to get married. I was never going to have Wayne's. I was going to be a single man. I was get to 35, get my pension kicks in. I was off ski. I went off to Spain. But then I met her and bang, all changed.
What a woman I know, aren't you? Did I tell you one of the, I can't mention the boy was raging me on, because I phoned my man the other day and I went, listen, go run me a bath. And I was like, listen, make sure you're in it when I get in. Sam, only joking, obviously. The boy I was with, mate, was fucking disgusted.
That's brilliant.
That's decent, that's not brilliant, innit?
Why have you brought that up?
Because I was watching someone last night.
He's got a cracker, you must have a cracker.
No, I don't know, I just wanted to, I was just interested.
What was you watching?
My first was a wee bird in Dundee, then I moved through to Glasgow.
Steph?
You can understand it.
Did you chase Steph?
No, Steph chased me, fuck.
Did she?
Really? Used to go to all Saints, mate, she was side dad.
No chance.
Listen,
I'm not having
what was your dad's job?
My dad?
Just to get to know you a
MOD.
bit. Thank Peter.
MOD.
So
Ministry
that's what you'll know, Billy, his dad worked in the MOD.
Ministry of Defence. You know, he had all the files.
We need him back in.
Aye.
Didn't we?
He had all
Send
the
him out
files
of
and all that. And my dad's that high up in the
Calls himself the Colonel, doesn't
The
he?
Colonel, aye. Colonel Slade.
Sergeant
Lieutenant Slade.
Sergeant Slade.
What was your dad? My dad was a motor mechanic.
My dad was...
Minty? Feast
Minty, that's what he looks like, mate. He actually does. He looks like Minty. He looks like Minty Feast Tenders.
My dad was,
What was your dad?
My dad worked in the cheese factory down in Stranraer.
No, he never.
Aye, seriously strong cheese factory.
That's brilliant, by the way.
Forklift driver in the cheese
I'd
factory.
love to drive a forklift, mate.
My dad was a forklift driver in the cheese factory, and he worked there his whole life.
Did he, huh?
Aye.
Was he stinking?
No, it was alright. He used to bring cheese home and
So
that.
you had hundreds of
brilliant,
cheese
man.
in your house?
But was it?
Toast and cheese, haven't
It was. I think it was McClellan's, and then it moved to Seriously Strong, and now it's. I
You
don't
need to
know
stop
what it is
brushing your teeth, but. What was your dad?
My dad's a roof sheeter, and that's, if I hadn't made it as a football player, that's what I'd have been. Up in the roof.
That's a hard job, that, mate, innit?
In the wind and
The
rain.
funny thing, see when I was
Your mate's done my roof.
Aye, brilliant, isn't he?
see when I was at Rangers, my dad done Ibrox. Did they build the whole thing himself?
What, he done the Ibrox, the roof?
He had a wee bit of help for some other guys out there. But when I was sometimes out and we were doing like some runs and all that, around the track and all that, my dad was up on the roof, aye. So it's a hard game, the old roofing game. So
I
it is.
can imagine that being easy.
Aye.
Good stories, is
What
that?
about your
Good
ma-
questions, isn't it? My man was a bank, worked in the bank.
Was she?
Right, was she?
I worked in the
Is that
bank.
before or after the stripping?
That was... No, she done stripping later. She was 50, I just started
Was
stripping.
your mum always done the dinner
The wee
lady?
dinner lady, still as a dinner lady.
She's a
poor, that
classic dinner
I always
lady.
wanted to do something to get her out of there, but it's a good job, isn't it? With the kids and all that, brilliant.
Once while thing gets there, you'll be fine.
Aye.
Could she not quit that job on the 20 quid a week again now?
My
God,
mum-
you guys getting a fault to be fair.
My mum worked in, I think she worked in like the factories first. Baby deer, making baby clothes, and then moved to I think Willie Lowe's, the supermarket.
Willie Lowe's, huh?
Willie Lowe's, and then she moved to Morrison's when it arrived to Stranraer, and then she just retired just before Christmas.
One of the best hosting performances I've seen.
Good,
so
isn't it?
far.
Good questions. What about your man?
I had a few jobs, but one of the ones your dad might have liked her. My mum made bombs. There's a place
Bombs?
Bombs.
Oh, bombs.
Bongs.
Thought you meant bombs.
Should
Thought she was a dealer.
Stoned.
She made bombs.
I think so.
My dad would.
Right,
Fuck off. My dad would have known her.
Aye, it's a dangerous job, but it was there in Coatbridge.
I thought he was going to say it like that.
We're talking petrol bombs here.
Who was she making?
I'm Coatbridge. I thought he was going to say it like that.
He's buying bombs in Coatbridge. Oh, I love that. Oh,
You can just picture it, aye, cloth petrol in there.
You got a Coatbridge for a bomb.
My older brother, I'm not too sure what he does, we didn't speak too often, but
have you seen
he's,
Why do families do that?
I know.
he was going to Barton one weekend, so I just thought...
Is he a lorry driver?
No, he's this is, I think this is what he does. He's an engineer. This has got to sound stupid, right? But because we're doing the Stranraer,
Kevin was coming.
the robots milk the cows. So my brother goes in and fixes the robots when they're broke.
Robots milk the cows.
Aye, so in the in the modern world,
That must be
in
sharing
the
the
modern world,
cows, innit?
some farmers do manual labour with the cows, bring them in, stick the things on and milk them. But now a lot of cows are trained where they just come on in at a certain time and the machine spits it to them in the milk. The robots do.
It's a lot of cheese and a lot of milk. The
robots break down, my brother goes in and fixes them.
Brilliant. What about you? Any other brothers and sisters?
That's it. I think one's enough.
Is it just you and Mary?
I just mean Barry. That's what I'm saying. There's 11 years, roughly 10 and a half, 11 years between us. So
did you ever go and watch Barry play?
God, aye, all the time.
Would you?
I never missed a game.
Really?
He played with, started out with Mull United in Hamilton. I went to every game. Well, all that, aye.
Would you
took him everywhere, went everywhere, because my dad was working all the time.
The bombs?
That was my ma. But no, I took Barry everywhere.
And would you see after the game, would you phone him and tell him how you thought he'd done, or speak to him and say?
No, when he became pro, up to a certain age, it's a bit like loose, and then you just back off. There's a certain, you know yourself, I don't need to, he's got enough room about him anyway, so you just back off. And I've done it with Lewis as well. There's a time, they're men, they become men. What was it, there was something about the tennis player this morning before I came out, like 21, he's still growing, he's still, but when you get to, I think 20, that's it, you're not a young player, that's it. So
no, I just last night.
Brilliant 2-1.
2-1 against Udinese.
1-0 down.
What a game it was. It was a brilliant game. I actually missed the first half of the Rangers game because I watched that.
Right, how did he do?
He done very well. I should have, he was inches away from scoring. The boy, Posh, just got in front of him. But no, he works his socks off. He's a wee smart. No, he played really well yesterday. Good. So did they played really well as a team. So I never watched the Rangers game in the first half. So, because I can't relax. You said that earlier. I can't relax.
Are you lost with belonging?
I'm getting worse as I got older.
Do you have a few red wines watching it?
Mm-hmm. You got down to the bottom of the garden, didn't you, mate?
Aye. I tell you what, fair play to the missus yesterday. She had to put up with a lot.
Huh?
For me. I can't sit down now. I pace about the living room. I can't help myself. So it's hard. So I'm going on next week. I'll go and I'll watch them on the Monday night. Monza, the Monday night. So I'll go and watch that. So
Pete Maranovic with you?
Was he used to be Celtic, wasn't he?
Right, we'll go on to the never like big Ange, isn't it?
Drinks and smokes.
It must, mate.
He must, wasn't he?
He smokes his bongs at his grand mix. Rangers v Aberdeen. Who watched it?
I watched it.
I can't get that channel, mate.
It's rubbish, that, innit?
I watched it.
A national final on the telly, mate.
It was Premier Sports.
I had Premier as well. Viaplay or something.
Viaplay. Was it not even on Premier Sports then?
It's the old Premier Sports, but it's called Viaplay.
How do you subscribe to that, Kevin?
How much is that a month?
It's about 30 quid a year.
It wasn't Kev, because we run down there because we didn't get the chance. We didn't subscribe to it like you do.
Rangers are just like being the typical Rangers, like plenty of the ball, but no really exciting or creating too many opportunities. Aberdeen looked like they could try and catch him on the break. They had a goal disallowed earlier on from Miovski. He kept straying offside all the time. So when Aberdeen actually scored, you could see that he was in an offside position, came back, and the boy run through, and it was a great finish by.
Is that not offside, that goal?
No.
Nah,
he's not involved, is he? Look at Rashford's, it's fucking on definitely offside.
Aberdeen were decent. No, Aberdeen were decent, to be fair. The pitch didn't help.
The pitch is a
by the way, that's an embarrassment.
Both teams because they can't stand on their feet. They're trying to turn and nobody can get close, and that's why there's late tackles and no try to any excuse for the boy.
Hamden, what happens with Hamden? Somebody Hamden's had a fucking disco high heels on.
Who has the idea to have a back-to-back semi-final in January, our worst month?
Nonsense.
And expect the pitch to be fine.
Who else is playing on it? Queen's Park played a couple of games on it, but...
No, they did Staying...
No, but they did put a couple of games on it.
At Stenhousemuir.
What's happening?
That's an absolute laughing stock. People must be watching that, and laughing at us, in the state of that park. That's absolutely... We knew what was coming, so we knew it was going to be heavy rain. So they've got to have put a cover on it, do something, protect it. But they shouldn't... But they shouldn't have... There's no way you play a game and then the next day there's another game on it. So obviously Park can't take it. It's an absolute shambles. It's actually embarrassing. And then VAR goes down as well.
What about that? That's unbelievable.
Did that go down? How went down?
They had to just chop it off.
They announced it for about 4 or 5 minutes. We've not got VAR, and then they announced it. We've got it back. Absolute shambles.
But I think Beale and Goodwin were saying that let's just play without it.
Aye, that's what we've said.
What did you think? Did you think Rangers deserved the victory?
I saw the first 6 minutes. Rangers started actually well, didn't they?
They did.
Then I turned it over, and I saw the whole of the second half, and The boy Stuart, I mean, what are you thinking about, mate? I mean, even during the week with that interview, you know, Gene Morelos, let's say Morelos is not up to it, but that challenge as a man, as a player, you must be looking at him going, "Where you are?"
What? See that challenge? Sakala's out the side of the pitch.
Crazy.
Just going.
That's one of the challenges where you get the big stupid fucking players every now and then that think I'm going to put one on and get the crowd on my back and I'm going to get right through him. And he thought, I'll take the ball, take the man, take everyone. I might get a booking.
Pointless, though, isn't it?
But he's missed everything and there's no point.
Try and get his red card, definitely.
100%.
My God.
Even though his studs aren't high in terms of, it's the intent and the pace that he's coming.
Excessive force to talk about.
That is excessive
You're right,
force.
Kev. He's trying to do him.
Aye.
He's trying to he's trying to take the ball, but he's trying to do him as well.
Aye.
And you can tell right away, it's every day of the week that's a sending off. Stupid.
Cost his team, I would say cost his team an opportunity.
How daft are you to do that?
Right,
Because Aberdeen were in it.
Aberdeen were going to see that out to the... Although Rangers were attacking, but because of the state of pitch, Rangers got themselves into good positions, and then when you're trying to do a quick pass 1-2 around the corner and stuff like that,
The
pitch is fucking just players are having to stop. We've seen Barisic, I know he hit a couple of shots from the kicking back team and they were wild, but the balls are bobbling all over the place and everybody's slipping. I'm
was the pitch that
That was what Andy showed the surgeon what he wanted to say, wasn't it? Hamza's pitch.
It was really bad. And Aberdeen would have seen 90 minutes with 11 men. And
a lot of chances Aberdeen if they're even
hit
the post. I think that was offside though, was it? No, the post man hit the post.
Aye.
I think he was offside beforehand.
I'm saying Rangers better when Roof plays.
Aye, and then he goes down, you know, he gets carted off again.
Was he up?
It looks like his hand.
He's made a chocolate.
Can he catch a break? Can he catch a break, boy?
But it was, see, at the end of the day, it was a cracking game. It was a good watch.
It was a good watch.
But it'd have been even better on a half-decent park. So it was. But it was good to see that, and nice to see that both managers were having a go at the surface.
Has Rangers improved massively? As in, I mean, it's amazing for Rangers to see them when they're going behind and keep coming back. That's brilliant. But have they improved as in performance-wise?
They've definitely improved, I think.
I would sum it up in terms of that if that Rangers team had put in the same performance which they were doing under Gio, I think in some of the games up that Beale's had, I think Rangers would have lost them. I don't think they would have come back against Aberdeen the first time round. I don't think they would have come back against Hibs at home. Whereas under Beale, I don't see a huge change. And I think a lot of the Rangers fans would possibly agree with that. But what they are doing is they're kind of seeing games out. They're getting over the line without actually coming off the park and saying, we've dominated them for 90 minutes and we were by far the best team.
The energy in them is
that's because I think Van Bronckhorst restricted the players. That's what you look at Kent and you look at Tillman. Tillman maybe know his best game, but he allows them to roam. He gives them the freedom. Van Bronckhorst didn't. You know, he wanted them to play and stay in a wide area, play in that a certain way. So that's the only difference. In terms of playing wise, you know, the performances, I don't see. I don't see there's that great of improvement. He needs players in. And I can't believe that there's nobody come in. I really find that.
Well, I went to the United game last week and I was hoping to go and watch and to learn, obviously, rotations, movements, playing out to get on the ball, but never really seen much of it. No. Like you say, you can see that Kent and Sakala was coming to the 10 positions, but there wasn't a set style in terms of playing out.
For a manager coming in that's deemed as one of the best young coaches around and everyone else, after the amount of games that he's had, you would think he would see some difference in identity. I don't see it.
But maybe he doesn't know how the players to play, how he wants to play.
Well, that's possibly right. That could be the reason. But at the same time, if you're saying you don't have the players there to do it, even if you bring in 2 players, does that make a huge difference? It might do. But if those 2 players come in and say they don't hit the ground running, they don't play, you're still having to set up your identity. It's still the same to me where McGregor gets it, it goes to Goldson, it's like a pass there, and eventually then it's a diagonal and behind, and it's like, you know that's happening. So if you're a team, can you just squeeze them up and get yourself ready for that ball coming? Because I don't ever see like going into the midfield, back through, back forward. Kent comes off. I hate saying Kent because it sounds, but Kent comes off the inside, and it's like I want him out wide. I want him getting at people because when Wright come on, He come inside and the boys done well, keeping him inside, and then he's allowed him to go on the outside, and then legs put the afterburners on. That's eventually led to the win. And I thought Aberdeen done really well.
What did you think? Bill's comments that he was quite happy that there was no new signings coming in to upset the group. I'm thinking the opposite. I'm thinking you get a couple of players in.
No, but he said, because he said before he needs 2 or 3, doesn't he?
So we can't really judge Bill, I think, until he gets his own players. So he needs 2 or 3 transfer windows. Yeah. But I'm really surprised that nobody's come in. But I thought that was a strange one, just saying, no, I don't want to upset the group. You want new players coming, guys looking on their shoulders. Oh, by the way, I better step up to the mark today.
Don't need a striker. They didn't they?
I'll be honest with you, I think Morelos is miles off it.
Were you surprised he went with Morelos over Cole?
Very surprised. I think.
No, but it says on the sheet, wasn't it?
He's injured, sitting in the ring, mate.
I think Morelos is miles off it tonight.
Roof's injured again. So
your dad was up on the roof, wasn't he?
You're saying he can't catch a but he's made a chocolate. It wasn't even a bad challenge or fall, wasn't it? No,
he has had injury problems in his career, hasn't he, Roof? He's been quite injury prone.
It's like, my God, so but they need somebody in.
Morelos for me, like,
where do you want to get strikers though, Kev?
He's there in the spirit, but he's just not that. He's not that Morelos that we had.
Shankland.
Oh no, but how much you need to pay for him?
Tell you, I said it last week, and I know they'll need to spend a few quid to get him. I'm pretty sure I'm reading that Kevin Nisbet's contract's up in a year's time, right? Hibs need to act quickly, or somebody will take him, and that'll be the end of it.
If I was I'd take Nisbet.
I'd take. Listen, you just need. Like, I know Rangers fans. I seen it last week after I made the comment, and no.
Stop looking at people's comments.
No,
just get on
and they're writing stuff. And it was my mate. He keeps sending me stuff, and he's like,
Bibsy?
"Oh, Davey."
That's when somebody sends you something, innit? Somebody Kane.
Oh, you're pal in the group chat. You're getting Kane, mate.
I know, and I look at it and I think the man's a goal scorer. Rangers need a goal scorer.
So what are Rangers fans saying he's not good enough, like?
Well, say that that's not the type of player we should be looking at.
What, a centre forward that scores goals?
Centre forward scores goals. But anyway, I just think...
Big quality noise.
I think you look at the 2 goals he scored in the weekend, Kevin Nisbet, plus the one, I think he hit the bar with one for about 25 yards, would that be right? That's just a natural finish.
And he's a good age as well.
Yep.
He's maturing. He's getting better.
Aye.
It's a no-brainer.
In terms of where Rangers are in the market...
That's what you put in the bar, innit? Mature.
I like that.
That's that seriously. Strong cheese again.
So you say that where do you get a striker in January? Like you need to break the bank silly money to get probably Nisbet, like money that for a Scottish player that wouldn't really happen. But where else do you go? You've got one on your doorstep scoring the goals in the league that you need goals to be scored in.
Well, I think Nisbet stays fit. He scores 20 for Hibs.
What's he scored since he's come back?
For Rangers if he gets
he scored 6 or 7 since he's come back?
I'm saying 80.
Aye, we scored the hat-trick.
Scored a double. Seven goals since he's come back. 4 or 5 games.
It's a no-brainer.
So did you take him, Derek?
I'd take him in the heartbeat. Absolutely. As I say, I watched him. I watched it a way back. Spoke about him when I saw him at Thistle, Dunfermline. Always liked him. I think he's more than a goal scorer. I think he runs the channels.
He bashes people a bit, doesn't he?
He's got a bit of physicality. He runs the channels. He'll go in behind. He comes short. I think there's a lot to like about Nisbet.
Yep.
All right. Celtic, who watched that? Didn't get to see that.
Didn't get to see it, but
what
a manager McInnes is, isn't he?
Good manager, mate.
See that? You're playing Celtic. I genuinely thought it was going to be Celtic were going to batter them. I thought it was going to run away.
So did I.
And for them to make a game of that and then obviously no.
How did he do it? For people that watched it, how did he make a game of it?
I only watched the second half like you. I was at your Spartan game against Spartans.
Thanks very much for coming. I'm being serious. I appreciate it, mate.
No, I enjoy watching it. I really enjoyed watching it.
As usual, his organisation was brilliant, but I tell you what, and he said that, he says my players had to be at the top of their game, and they were, weren't they? I didn't...
In terms of what, in terms of playing or...
Chances as well.
Everything, the way they got, the way they shut them down, the work ethic that they had, but it was going forward, you know, and I think you always knew Lafferty, and I was in agreement that I thought he should start Lafferty. He was never going to last in 80 minutes, we knew that, but then bringing on Dodge into the second time, so they always carried a threat, and
Armstrong was good, wasn't
Danny Armstrong's
good, he's always been a good player as well. See, there's another one. We're talking about players in Scottish football. Armstrong, was it Raith Rovers?
Yes.
Wasn't it? You know, and always kind of, but any time I watched him, he always kind of stood out. So they take a wee chance on them. Sometimes we want to look far afield.
Nisbet as well.
That's
Dunfermline. You maybe have to look
sometimes. There's a name just come into my head there. The boy at United, Akinyemi, you know, has been scoring a few for United.
Good player,
you know, and Sometimes why not? You'll get them for buttons. Why not take a wee chance on some of these guys? Because you surround them with better players, you know, they might just produce your goods.
Dale does that, doesn't he? He gets the best out of players. Boy,
that's his
Man management.
That's what he should do.
Man management. I mean, you've interviewed them, haven't you?
All right,
and you get a feel for them.
Was that a penalty?
Was that a penalty?
It's a penalty.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty.
So on
What are you doing?
Tom said no way.
why is there no asking Willie Collum to go and look at that again? Because Willie Collum goes over at the morning and looks at that, he just goes,
Must kill you that as a manager, wouldn't it?
then you get a chance and opportunity to get a penalty, go 1-1.
Did you see the Fulham one yesterday? I watched Fulham Newcastle.
Aye.
You don't even
Trippier stands in Trippier's
Trippier's foot and gets a penalty.
You don't even need to look at the monitor. I mean, how Willie Collum doesn't he get that?
Start getting robots at multi
How he doesn't get that? How he did? He's looking at it. He's got a clear view. He's about 15 yards away. Is it a foul? Every day of the week in the box, a penalty.
See the thing is with Willie Collum, I don't like being critical, but he's deemed one of our best referees.
And you going for him there?
Somebody needs to reject that thought. The whole thing's a farce. It's a farce. A farce. And then at Hampden yesterday, it goes off.
Shambles.
The guy in the VAR's panicked and he just went at you with a switch. Fuck off. Just
so
that's no working.
That's no working.
Whoever's on VAR, come on, they must be in his ear and saying, well, like, away and have a wee look at that. You've made a bloomer here.
I think he's just got somebody screaming into a pillow in his ear constantly when he's reffing.
Honestly,
I've said that VAR.
Have you ever thought about like sticking an ex-player in the VAR room?
Danny Murphy wants it
for a different opinion.
It's only he's taking.
Because when I'm watching telly,
there's a man.
Exactly.
Come on, Kev.
When I watch the telly and watch it, the first replay, I give an opinion, and then see when I see the replay, I think I was right the first time. How can they not see that?
You've got to do it, big man.
Somebody needs to come out and explain all this to us.
I know it's not on the sheet here.
What's the protocol here?
Well, we've got a clip there, we'll try find them.
But explain it, but is that a difficult decision?
No, I don't think so.
It's like, come on, peace.
You just get frustrated, don't you?
Aye.
All it does is just start conspiracy theories.
My reaction was,
100%.
what you're doing now, I burst out laughing.
Aye.
Because I'm thinking, how can you not see that? Come on.
That is crazy how much Andy looks like Willie Collum now to that.
The whole world's watching that and we're not helping ourselves.
Nah, well,
the VAR's turned off, mate. Is that
yesterday, Ryan Kent, it's not on the sheet, Ryan Kent came through and I looked like he pushed him, right? But if VAR were to look into that, which they couldn't do because it fucking turned itself off, they could have said it was a hook. And it could have been a different outcome. You could have had another sending off at the other end of the park.
All right, I've never seen that. I have.
You see that one?
I wonder what they've unplugged it for.
I'm not saying it's a punch, but it could have looked like that. But the fact that
had to charge his phone in it. The guy in the office had to charge his phone.
See the robots that milk the coos. You better not
get them in.
And you just stole my parrot, that bastard. You said that.
I get
your parrot.
I'm telling you that.
Get the robots in.
Get the robots in. You didn't get him in. Come on.
They're fucking hopeless.
Get your brother to send a picture of these robots milking cows, because I do not believe a word of it.
And they do.
Robots milk cows.
It's not like a fucking robot that walks in and goes do.
That's what it is.
I know, but that's the kind of actually see that.
It's not a fucking. It's a setup.
Epic final coming up.
Wow,
26th of February, mark it in your diary. Do you keep a diary?
No.
You should.
I know, I really should.
Because I'd like to hear, when you die, I'd like to read it. What you've done every single day.
I've got a diary.
You start a diary? No,
Start a diary. Start taking pictures of yourself every morning.
Fine, put them in. See the wee, what's that wee one? The camera. What's that called again?
The wee Kodak?
Polaroid.
Aye, Polaroid. Put a wee picture in it.
Wee everyday picture.
Right. That's maybe something to think about.
Start keeping a diary, please. No, I'm going to start.
Do you see all your coaching sessions? Do you do that with all your coaching sessions?
I keep notes after games. And
you lose your book all the time, didn't you?
I lose my book all the time. My head's fucking all over the place, mate. I've lost fucking about 5 books. I write every session and then I lose it, mate. Fucking does.
Every club you go to.
You hear a lot of the coaches doing that, don't they?
What, a diary as in like keeping notes?
Of how the
or a
session
diary
went,
like in terms of you've got kids football at 6 o'clock? What kind of diary are we
both,
talking
I need
about?
to do both.
I've got one online and it gives me a notification every morning of what's on for the day.
We've got a life diary though. We want a life diary.
I just hear your inner thoughts every day.
Why don't we do a diary for you next week and write
and bring it in
and we'll read it out?
And any like your peeves and that, you stick it in and you read it out in the show next week. There you go.
Do that?
Aye, definitely.
Just a wee couple of paragraphs.
I've got another pet peeve.
Oh no.
People when you go to their house they didn't have socks on.
Right. Okay.
Bare feet.
That's disgusting. That.
I hate it, mate. See, you go to somebody's house and they've got their bare feet.
What do you wear in the house? How do you kick about in the house?
Socks and
flip-flops. Aye. What do you kick about in the house?
Socks, probably. High heels. High heel Crocs.
I want to see that diary. How about you?
Celtic games.
I had a mate who, I'm your mate, he's coming to meet us in London next week. I'm going to call him out rounds. He used to go to his house after training, bare feet all the time with jeans, take his socks and shoes off and you get in his house. Let's put your socks on. He's like, nah, I like him, my bare feet out. So you'd get a cup of tea in his house. We'd sit in there, a cup of coffee, sit in his room, and we'd be watching the racing or something, take a couple of bets on. He'd sit with his feet on the coffee table like that. And then I remember once I looked over and he had his feet wrapped in the coffee cup. And I was at him, I better never get I better never ever get that cup when I'm in the house.
Fungus kicking about there, isn't there?
Fucking toes, but
nails inside that.
Nails inside the coffee cup.
I tried to wear socks. I've got the worst mates of meat you've ever seen.
My feet are terrible.
Mate, I'm going to tell you one of the worst pet peeves, and you'll agree with me here. When people piss in the pan.
Our boys, mate. I went in before the game to get a piss. The toilet's full of piss.
I heard you because I was in the cubicle
Who
beside.
does that, mate? Who pisses on the toilet and doesn't wipe it?
Mate, I'm not joking. I was in the cubicle beside him, right, and I heard him yelling like that. Who the fuck's pissing this pan? I just went like that. Fuck you with the pan right up. I was pissing away at the time.
But I tell you, boys are the worst for him, mate. See if I hear him going for a piss, I'd run up to watch them. We put them on to make sure that they fucking wipe the pan, flush the toilet and wash their hands. Dirty wee bastards, mate. They'll just piss all the seat, back in their room playing their PlayStation.
You get any boys?
How does your man manage to piss on the pan?
Have you get any boys in the dressing room side that sit with the cubicle open when they're doing it?
Midge Gardine used to do it.
Sometimes they sit there and they're looking right at you
and just talking to you.
And they're doing it, aye.
It's disgusting. I hate that, mate.
Midge Gardine all the time. See, when you used to play reserves at Airdrie, there's no door on the toilet, so you can see right into the toilet. So you'd be sitting in the dressing room and he'd be sitting. I know, and they're looking right at you, but holding a conversation. Strange, innit?
That is strange, but the piss in the pan when that gets to me, that, because you then need to, you're snooker to do a shite. How do you sit down on the pan? You can't then.
Just a hover. Bit of hover.
That's rubbish, that, innit?
That's strange that your mum sits on the pan and still manages to piss over it.
Keeps thumbs up, don't you?
Right, Epic Cup finals, to say, recent form, who do you fancy?
Again, I mean,
I'm not even when they go with form.
I'll go with Celtic. I think Celtic are just too good.
I wouldn't go with form. I was
going to say that team.
Treat every old firm game as a one-off. Whether it's a cup final, whether it's a league game, they're unique in their own way, and form kind of goes out the window.
Will the pitch be better?
Well, I'm thinking they should move it to Murrayfield.
That's a shame.
Get a
bigger crowd. Bigger crowd.
Murrayfield, is the atmosphere good at Murrayfield? It's not Hampden's atmosphere is good, is it?
Hampden's.
I love Hampden. I don't know what it is. I love
it. What do you think?
I've never, see what you're saying, I've never really liked Hampden.
A lot of people say that, I do like it. I love Hampden, I don't know what it is. Even when I watch games, I think there's brilliant games there.
Played finals, I've played semi-finals there, and it's not a football stadium.
Surely they make a pitch better. But how much better can you make a pitch in a month?
A month, aye.
Can you relay it in a month?
I'd put an AstroTurf down.
Davy Martindale could do it. He could do it in a week, couldn't he?
Well, no, because you can't have a game of that quality and the two teams want to play and you're serving up that muck to them.
The thing is though, when it rains, right, most pitches become heavy and stuff.
Better, no,
but the fact that it's rained non-stop and the weather's not been great, but nobody's playing on it. That's what makes it worse.
I was baffled when I seen
the women play on it. Does the women play on it?
See, in this day and age, why have they no got covers or something, to protect it, the surface? Have they no, it can't take that amount of rain? Why have they no got something in place? I don't know. It's no fit for purpose.
I just don't understand how there's no place on it.
There's no fair on like the team that plays second semi-final going on to that park after the team the night before. No. And especially having...
Did that affect Celtic's performance?
Half 5 kick-off to 3 o'clock kick-off.
I think it's made it a wee bit more even. That's no disrespect to Kamala. Probably did with Celtic.
I'd agree with that as well, because even the first game, wasn't that surface, it's no fit for purpose.
No.
As simple as, by the way. And that's... and these guys that probably, the guys that are there, the groundsmen, they probably work their backside.
They all do.
Right, we know that, but that surface is, whatever it is, well, there's a drainage problem, whatever... It's no fit.
How big a victory would it be if Michael Beale could get his first trophy?
Does he need to win it? Does he need to win it?
I would say, aye. He's got to. The league is,
is this the only one they've no won in a long time?
They need something, to appease the fans. There's an expectation.
But like you say, if he doesn't get the players in that he wants, it's a hard ask for him to go and beat Celtic, isn't it? Is it?
Because listen, we all know Celtic are a top team. and they're the best team in Scotland. Right, we get that. But Kilmarnock, look the way they went about their business. If Rangers get better players, aye, I know you're saying it's like, and I think they'll take a lot of kind of confidence for the 2 each game. Because after that first half hour, did Rangers compete? Absolutely, but they're the better side. Aye, for long periods. So they'll have that confidence and they'll have that belief. But as it's massive for the fans. Because Rangers, we don't want to see Celtic win the treble.
But you can't say, did you say it's a must win for them?
I was just saying that because I love that.
Aye, that's a great
You can't say it's a must win for them.
Rangers need it.
A final win after
Celtic. I think it means... I know,
I'm just meaning because Celtic
it'll feel
win
like
the
fans, it means more, but Rangers need that. Big time.
What do you think, Kev?
I think that I don't think it's a must win, but I think what it would do for Rangers Football Club as a whole, bringing in a new manager and winning a cup final within the space of 2-3 months, that's going to give the fans a hell of a lot of optimism going forward that they've got the right guy. They're going to, and then the pressure will be on the board. Can we back him in the summer? Because obviously the Rangers building job isn't just what happens this January or what happens in the summer. It's a right few windows away because you can't buy everybody in one go. You don't have the finance, you don't have the network, the resources to go and be able to do that. No team can do that. So if you continue to win in the league, which they are doing, and you beat Celtic in a cup final,
you might get a few more quid in the summer.
Listen, optimism's there. The board might turn around and say, right, we might just spend a wee bit more than we want to spend to try and bridge the gap a wee bit, because there's no denying that Celtic have got everybody fit in the best 11 on the part, along with the bench. They're very, very difficult to beat. You look at the game at Ibrox here, Rangers obviously 2-2, and Rangers possibly maybe should have won that game, but where Celtic, they didn't have Jota playing, they didn't have... I look at it and think, but listen, I just think on any given day in a cup final, Rangers and Celtic, for me, become unequal because it's a one-off game, and I think it's difficult.
You're always quite confident in these games, remember the last?
In your Celtic jammies.
I think...
It's got the Rangers gear on the day, isn't it?
Yeah, I know people don't wear green and I know people that don't wear blue. That's rubbish, that, isn't it? I've never seen you wear green, actually, man. I think that now.
No,
to be fair, it's not a colour that I kind of... I do like. Nothing.
I'm paid on team, that would never ever...
Do you know what?
I've never really saw you in green. It's not a kind of colour.
No, you don't. You used to wear the wee Lisbon Lion shirt, remember?
Pants in it every time.
Green knickers.
I had always realised. Remember
green frillies. Mate, do you know how I've been in schools before and the word lie and green bibsuit, and some people say no wearing that colour of bib.
Nah, it's
crazy, isn't it?
I've been in some schools when I worked in the schools doing an Ayrshire. They wouldn't.
I thought you meant you just wandered into schools.
No, when I used to work with the red card, and some of them wouldn't. If it was a green pencil or whatever, they wouldn't. So you've got an issue right away, haven't you? That is bonkers.
It's mad though, but
and that's
does that make how the game's so big? I don't mean because people aren't going to play a green bib, but I just mean in general.
I think I might house yesterday. Aberdeen's playing Rangers. Aberdeen's 1-0 up, so my two middle boys are jumping out going, yes, come on Aberdeen. And then went away, what did I do with them? I went and played, had a kick about and stuff down at Broadwood, come back up, jumped and had a game of darts in the games room, and then come up. And then Rangers are 2-1 up. My wee man Tom, he's Rangers.
You're a mixed fan, isn't you?
He's like, yes! Who scored that? Tav score! Because that's all he knows is Tav and Morelos. But I says, no, and like my two boys are sitting there like 8 and 11. Shut up, Tom, will you? Shut up, Tom. So like, there's a wee bit
be some life for you, mate.
There's a few Barneys in that house. A few Barneys.
Aye, there will be. And see, when we get older, there's going to be serious fights in your house.
Aye. Did you see that with the Smith family? Now the boy Liam Smith fighting Eubank.
Gordon Smith's fighting Eubank, isn't he?
I think he's got his senior, hasn't he?
He's still senior. By the way, Gordon Smith still plays football.
He's fighting Eubank.
He's with a man, he is.
What, the Smiths are three of them?
Smiths, they were saying they used to run home from school into the house, and then they would, in the living room, they just box each other, and it was winner stays on. Like I love
yourself, Derek, you obviously have a brother, you've got a bra, but
my brother used to back
mine when you watch Rocky on a Sunday night, and then you're like, fucking there, like, he wants a fight, you get the pillows on, start boxing.
We had boxing glove to
There's always somebody
you take the left hand, I'll take the right hand.
Somebody always took it too far, didn't they?
See, that never, because of the age difference with me and Barry, because it was a kind of, it wasn't like a kind of...
Did you have a batter?
Brother, no, because I felt more like this sounds crazy, man, like a kind of more like a father figure to him, but no. But in the family, a wee bit.
My dad used to threaten me with soap, bar of soap.
In your mouth? Or no, he'd threaten to wash you.
Threaten you?
He'd threaten to wash you and you shit yourself. No, I want to be a clatty bastard.
Screaming.
My house was fucking wild when I was growing up, man.
What is it?
My dad would just need to look at us, and then when we would start fighting, it's not proper, like in the teenage years, he'd just take that fucking belt off, man.
I'm gutted. That's one of my biggest regrets in life, that I missed the belt era in school. I'd have loved that right half arse.
You used to get sent to the... Oh.
Put your hands at your like that.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up.
You wouldn't it? Oh,
Was that bad?
I used to get sent to the PE department to get
You
the belt.
wanted it, didn't you?
Oh, I'll play the babes. By the way, some teachers, this is early at high school, any guys that are thinking, some of the teachers were that mad with it, they couldn't drunk.
Was she?
Aye, all the time. Aye, we got a guy called, was it Arton?
Was it a fake diesel belt?
Charlie Nicholas went to my maths school.
Was it just a ring belt that they would use, or was it a belt in the drawer?
Paul took it.
Imagine it was a diesel, one of the big fucking
the
diesel
wee split
belts.
on it, had a leather belt and then the wee split for whatever reason, then you get they let you put a book over you there and then they just gave you it. But we went to it was a PE department, we used to get sent to get the belt. So it was horrendous.
My mum was in the same class as Charlie Nicholas.
Your mum was in the same class as Charlie Nicholas?
In St Columbus or something.
Did they ever get off each other?
Don't think he went near her. Don't think he liked her.
Yeah, so you said you battered somebody in school, talk us through it, because I didn't believe you.
I was talking to a few birds and
Name his name.
Again, didn't believe you.
and then I was done at the vending, a wee boy shoved by me to go and just get me in the vending, put his money in, and I just kicked fuck him.
Was he a wee guy?
Was
it a verbal fight?
I need to verify
I was 5th year, he was 1st year.
P7 on first year experience.
Brilliant. Talking to me guys, Ryan Porteous, I'll go...
Blackburn, I've heard Blackburn's leading the race. I don't know if it's true, but
they just get scalped at the weekend for nothing with Rotherham.
Who's the manager?
John Dale Thomason.
Is he?
He's better.
He's a good player, him, at AC Milan.
Right.
He scored the quickest goal in European Cup history.
What country is he from?
Denmark.
Well done. Yeah. Good boy.
Get yourself to Italy, Portis.
Is that what you'd recommend?
Aye, 100% go to Italy.
You know, even for
have you seen an improvement in this short space of time in Lewis?
An improvement? Aye.
Has he got better?
But I think that Italian football kind of suits him, and I think it would suit Portis. It's possession based as well, but it's really physical. But the way they want to play, they want to always play out for the back. I think, did they play Portis at the weekend? I think he played them in midfield.
Played midfield, didn't he?
Right. You know,
he's not midfielder.
He's not midfielder. You know, he's playing him. His best position is centre back, but a ball playing centre back, and that would suit him. You know, out in Italy, because I don't know how much Italian football you watch, but they just play out for the back. They want to play all the time, and it would suit Portis down to a T. And maybe with that Italian kind of mentality, that would sort out that kind of indiscipline.
I think they'd love him there, the way he is.
I think he would do really well.
What about you, Kev? What do you think? If you had the chance, Italy or the English Championship?
Oh, I think I'd probably take an opportunity. At his age, Italy. Because I think you go to Italy and do well, then the continent's your oyster, I would say.
Beautiful words.
No, I think it would be, because I think you look at obviously you look at Lewis. What did you say?
That was clear as mud.
Clear as mud.
Mate, somebody else said that.
Had to Google it, man. I got it
Seriously,
wrong. Totally got it wrong.
Cheddar as well.
Somebody said that saying the other day.
I think we're going to need a set of robot.
Clear as mud.
I know it's the
Somebody
wrong
said it
one.
the other day.
Right, so the continental oyster.
Because I was looking at it all day thinking that Lewis has done well, there's talk of maybe potentially moving, and the boy that went...
So the continent as in Europe?
Hickey went to Brentford Premiership, and then the boy Doig is talking about, I think he's on the verge of move to Juventus, would that be right?
Is he?
But I think that's what they tap them up right away. They have a look at them.
And my point is
that
if it doesn't work out in Italy, you can still go to, I would say, the Championship in England. That's how I see it.
Brilliant, Kev.
That's how I see it.
Blackburn's a massive club to win the
Blackburn's a massive club. Are Blackburn,
no?
Are Blackburn going to get promoted this year? No. I say no, because they're in the playoffs. But Burnley and Sheffield United is going to get automatic, right? And Blackburn potentially could go through the playoffs, right? But I just don't see it. But they've got the guy, is it Vinky that owns them, the Indian? Loads of money. So he's been putting money in for quite a long time. So at some point they're going to get it right. But no, I think...
Continent's his chicken, innit? He owns the chicken.
Oh, I'd love to meet him, man. Bit of chicken, huh? But no, I think that Italy, like you say, Derek, because you watch more Italian football than me, but that physicality that Portis has, because he's not a 6'5" centre-half, he's about 6 foot, he's very strong, but he's a ball-playing centre-half, and that's the style they do in Italy. That's definitely going to suit him more than maybe the Championship, because the Championship in England, is it still big centre-forwards and kind of predominantly is, isn't it? Where most teams have a...
I don't think the Championship's as direct as it was back in the day.
No, it's not as direct, but it's still... You watch a lot of games, it is still direct to a point. And I just think that Porteous, the way he plays football, I think you can see in that Hibs team sometimes he'll do like look to the right back and the bit of verse into the midfield and stuff. That's more his type of thing. And I think
would you take him at Bologna?
Aye, I would.
Would you, mate?
Aye. Because he can pass.
Get Carol to set him up next time she's on.
I'll certainly, I'll pass it on. But he's a ball playing centre back, and that's what. I would take him the minute.
Would you? Who's the two centre backs for Bologna?
Medell's there.
It's
Gary Medell.
He was.
Weird how you can do both games.
No, see the boys that are there, the two centre backs. They're big boys, but they're no great. They're all right, but I just think Porteous.
I'd take him the minute. He's great.
I think they're looking for a defender.
Has Lewis got that relationship with Motta where he could go and say to him? Recommend him?
I don't know. I've not got a Scooby.
You don't talk to your boy now.
But I know he gets on well with Porteous. I know that.
Does he?
No, because I asked him. You know, I mean, they were in the 21s and Scotland squad together. Because I asked him. I says, "What's the boy like?" Because what we see is what he's like on the park. You know, and obviously at times it comes across. He looks dead argumentative. He looks a wee bit arrogant at times the way he conducts himself. But Lewis says he's brand new. Which 9 times out of, say there you go. So 9 times out of 10, that's what happens. But you're judged what you're like on the park. But away from the park, you know, just kicking about, that's what Lewis says. He says he's brand new, Dan. He's a good lad.
Hibs will need to go to the transfer market though and get somebody. They've not got somebody to cover.
They're trying to get bodies out there.
He's getting 10 million for Rocky as well, isn't he?
High.
So he's got a few quid to spend.
10 million flipping bat or something.
Is there any?
What about the boy Welsh at Celtic and loan?
Oh, it's a good shout. I think they were trying to get the boy played against us. Lavelle. Is it Lavelle? Plays with 20s. I think Hibs were trying to get him.
He's no bad either,
He's a good player.
He's left 50, didn't he?
What's his name, Lavelle?
But would it be like a loan move that they're probably looking for? I think Hibs have got.
Unless he knows anybody down south that, because he's obviously been doing there, maybe there's somebody there, but we don't know. But I mean, guys like your Welsh don't only playing a lot for Celtic.
That's a good shout.
I think Welsh is a great shout because of Celtic signing Kobayashi and the other boy, and I think they've got enough cover now, whereas the likes of Welsh might find his game time limited. So a move to Hibs in terms of just a loan spell would be ideal for him in his development. And then you take it from there. But obviously Hibs are going to need to string, because I watched him at the weekend, and I think that Big Rocky, the boy at the back, man, he's definitely Rocky.
They're conceding a lot of goals.
I think Welsh will be 24, maybe 23.
Is he as old as that?
Maybe not.
Right. I thought he was younger.
Maybe 22.
So just guessing.
21 or 22 maybe.
He's been linked to Udinese, wasn't he? He's been linked to Italy. Stephen
They just try to take every Scottish boy, aren't they?
That's a good shout to Hibs.
Because
the boy needs to play.
Lavelle needs to go, doesn't he? He needs to get back playing, doesn't
he? He came away from football. I wonder if he'll get back in.
Must be desperate to get back in. Can you see? I think Hibs will bring in a few.
They're going to have to bring in a
few. Get a few out.
They've got one out to...
Well, the market manager at the game and said they were, I'm going to put his neck online. I said they were poor at the weekend.
Aye.
Size of squad have they got?
There's no game for me.
Underville came on and now he's a wee bit on hips.
But scoring the last minute in this bit again, he's going to be massive, isn't he?
Well,
giant teams will come in for him in January. I
would come in for him in a second.
I would be surprised if somebody didn't come in from this bit.
And I hope he gets the big move because he got robbed of that last man. And I'm not having throwing any daggers at anybody. Because
it's a difficult one for Hibs because he's obviously done his cruciate, right, and he's came back.
Well, he was on the, sorry to interrupt you, but he was on the verge of a move, wasn't he?
Birmingham.
Right. So he's done his cruciate, right?
There, Birmingham accent, please, just before you go.
Peaky Blinders.
The big. Oh, good.
Say, alright, Kevin, do you want to come down to Birmingham?
Alright, Kev, do you want to come down to Birmingham?
They wouldn't let him go to Birmingham.
That's brilliant. That's fucking out.
Right,
that's velvet.
So he's done his cruciate. He's got, I think he then has a year and a half left by the time he comes back. So he's got to the summer and then another year. Hibs are in a difficult position to offer him an extended contract because you don't know how you come back.
I'm not signing it, will you? You're not signing
it now, but when you're coming back for a cruciate and somebody's got a cruciate, you can't turn around and say, oh, we'll give you a new 3-4 year deal, because what happens if that doesn't come back the same player, then you've got a player. So Hibs are in a difficult position. Now that he's back scoring, they should just be in there straight away and saying, Kev, there you go, there's your 5-10 grand, whatever it is you need to be getting.
Edinburgh accent off on him. Do the Edinburgh accent off.
Kind of the Edinburgh. Okay, eh?
So they blocked that move for the boy.
Aye, they did, aye.
Didn't they?
know.
Aye.
They wanted, I think it was more money, so, and
Hope he gets
because he fell, he was out of the team for about 5-6 weeks.
That's right.
Was through injury.
That's right, Jack Ross time, wasn't it? That's right,
Because I think he felt really let down with the club, so he's got himself back.
Do you know he has a barrel loader?
See, from a Rangers point of view, you'd be daft not to test the water, you know, and go and see what they're actually looking for. Because I think he would be a good fit for Rangers.
I always think that like the team like Sunderland, I follow Sunderland, there's talk of big Ross Stewart potentially moving to Blackburn as well for 10 million quid and stuff like that. Right?
10 million?
That's well, no 10 million, but they're talking about, I know,
wow.
but I think they've offered a new deal, 5 figures a week. I think he's turned it down, and just rumours to what I've been hearing. If he was to leave Sunderland, if I'm Sunderland manager, Tommy O'Neill, I'm going straight up for Kevin Nisbet and getting him in, because I think he'd score goals and maybe help Sunderland get into the playoffs. And that could be the difference, because you've played in the English leagues. See if you get a good striker that can score you goals in any league. That's the difference between getting into a playoff or getting promoted. You look at your like the level we are at, lowly league and stuff. The teams that are at the top have got somebody that's scoring goals every single week. It's just
Charlie Austin back at Swindon, need to say.
Is he left Australia?
Scored at weekend.
Brilliant.
Going to go
He's in
down and
Australia,
watch him,
isn't he? You want to go meet him?
The job's up, innit? The job's
up
not for me, but
We Kaz is sniffing about it, isn't he?
Paul Candice is
He's
in
not
the
lived
running,
Swindon
mate.
for years.
Could
Is he
be
in the running for
leaving
it?
you soon.
Good.
He's in the running for it, mate.
What about, by the way, you've missed a wee one there with Nisbet, maybe Celtic? With Jackie Mackis leaving?
No bad shit.
It's a wee door opening.
on the Giakoumakis thing,
linked,
I
wasn't he,
think
with Celtic
Celtic need
before?
to just
Aye.
give him a wee bit more money and keep him at the club, because I think he's a great guy to have in the bench.
Who, Giakoumakis?
Aye, and if definitely Celtic just need
What
to
about
kind
Miss Tap-Off?
Getting for that, don't you?
They get booked for that.
Camden not scored in the semi-final. You want him
get
booked?
booked. I'm saying did he book?
I'm not
Because that's
sure,
how stupid it is. You know,
Yeah,
it's
to
a
see that,
goal, you
wouldn't you?
celebrate.
When they call him
Everything
into
you get
VAR
booked
for
for
the yellow card, and didn't see it.
You just want to look back at it, didn't you? Rubbish.
Oh, that's quite good.
That was no bad.
Ross Stewart, though, eh? Played against him, what?
Was he good, Si?
5 years ago at Albion Rovers. He's getting a 10 million move, and I'm turning my heating off early because the fucking. Because the smart meter's at 16 quid a day. Mate, there's another pet peeve. I've just got a smart meter put in.
Why
I
do you
can't
get
enjoy
that put
mine,
in?
mate. I just sit and fucking stare.
Why do you get that put in?
How the fuck's that going on? No one's even on.
Mine just froze.
Mine goes up. I done a test, turned every half of my house, every fucking thingy. The thing's still fucking going up. How does that make sense?
I think my dad's
getting
froze.
robbed.
My dad's
Just
froze
don't
mine.
pay it. Well, they're going to come
Don't do
after
the
you.
smart
They're
meter.
going to be
Don't
chatting
do the
with you.
smart meter.
Why not?
They're charging you more for what you're not using, haven't they?
I know. How are you going to get it? Tell me,
What do you mean? Because it's on, like.
Because it's on. Like, it's an easy way for the companies just to
fucking my head, mate.
I wouldn't
Don't
get rid
give
of
him
it. I've not got the
Tell me,
smart
tell me,
meter.
He sits on his bed with his lights off and he's telling you the full night because I can't.
I come in for the house. I'll come in the day if you walk about 4 or
What,
5
my yo-yo,
o'clock,
mate?
and the house will be roasting. I'm like, why is that heating on all this time?
Oh, I get it. Crank it up.
Crank it up. It's alright, crank it up when you've got it connected to the fucking street lights, Derek.
That's why they turned the van off, innit? Because the fucking smart meter, that needs to go, man. Isn't it a fortune?
And the
Man?
smart meter, when it goes high, that's estimating like an average for the day, so it can come back down.
I'm 18 quid a day, mate. 18 quid a day.
What's that?
Get your nut
£90?
round that.
18 quid a day, what's 7,
gas
18,
and
it's
electricity.
136 quid a week.
£163.
Mate, that's 600 quid a month.
Oh my God. Mate.
You'd be
156.
cheaper staying in a hotel then, wouldn't you?
With that and your mortgage added on, you probably would be, mate.
I'll go away for the winter months. Just head out to Old Benidorm.
Why is that happened?
Fuck this. Right, I see something. Again, we're talking about fucking decisions.
I think it was a handball. Didn't see it, but somebody told me this morning.
Who's seen it?
was a
I've
handball.
not seen it. I couldn't get it in the
Derek,
highlights.
you've seen it, come on.
Listen, we don't know what the handball rule is still. The boy does everything he can. He pull his arm away from it. It does strike his arm, but the ball comes for a long way. I think it just misses Civic. He maybe thinks Civic's maybe going to get a touch on it. And as you're moving, so his hand's there and he's watching the ball come. As soon as he realises this is going to hit my arm, he's doing everything he can to pull away. A lot of people say it's a penalty. I don't think it's a penalty. I think it's a penalty if there's intent to motion your hand.
Wait a minute, see on this penalty decision, Derek, sorry to interrupt you. Are we talking about this one at the weekend or the Hearts at Mirren for Friday night?
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday
Because
night.
obviously they played Hearts at Mirren. Hearts and St Mirren was Saturday. No, Friday.
It was last Saturday and then Friday night.
We're talking in the last game.
And then the penalty decision.
I'm just
You need an
confused.
oyster.
So again, it's as clear as mud,
Yeah.
isn't it? That rule, and we
need
still
to do
don't know. They need to clarify.
We need
why.
to know,
So
date the
basically,
handball rule.
what I would just say at the moment is, if it hits your arm, it's your hand, it's a penalty because we don't know.
Even our boys, mate, I don't know where they're getting this from. Our boys have started.
See the thing is,
stop fucking doing that.
Do you think Vars done the lower league?
I've come up with they talk about like kind of in this day and age a new design. I think you've got to have new shorts with pockets in them. I'm deadly serious here. Right, all use manufacturers out there or whatever, or even a strip with pockets. So as soon as you're a player in the box, hands in the pockets. What do you think? Hands in the pockets, and then that's it. And no, I think so.
Go on, shoot.
That's it. By the way, let's talk about the goal bit.
Go on.
It was one of the best goals of the season, that.
I was going to swear there. I'm not going to swear. It was class. No, because it was class. A great wee ball, Mackay. Just
the move's a joke.
Into Shankland, lovely wee layoff. Into our man Andy. And I tell you what, it does brilliant because it's the easy passes to play it wide. He just buys his time, just holds it on a wee second or two, and then just lovely. It's only a wee 2-3 yard pass, but it just waits it perfectly for Mackay just to come on it. Did you see that? Thrash it. He just picks his spot, passes it.
Oh no, I did see it. Sorry, I watched sports.
Beautiful. I thought it was a top goal.
Yeah,
so it was.
What a goal! Even the movement.
Been quiet, Mackay, over the past few years.
St Mirren were excellent.
They were excellent. Aye.
Andy says that St Mirren are hard to play against.
Oh, good side.
What a job he's done there, that boy.
Aye. Oh, the work ethic, but they carried a threat as well. I think there's something like 19 shots.
Who's there? Did they have 19 shots?
19 shots. They started with Grieve in what do you call Main up top. They changed it, but Ayungo.
Grieve's a young boy,
Jimmy Grieve,
the older boy.
But they carry a threat. But it's that final wee bit of detail. Plenty of shots, but they need to work with keeper more. But St Mirren, good side by the way.
He's done some job at St Mirren.
Brilliant job, Stevie Robinson.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But what a goal it was! It was a brilliant. I loved the goal. That was.
So Hearts were third though, yeah.
Oh, aye.
I think so.
Because Michael Beale came out and said Aberdeen. He says I think Aberdeen are the third best.
No, it was a big game this week, innit? Because it's Hearts at home to Aberdeen.
What's the point? Can somebody tell me?
That's Wednesday night, innit?
Wednesday night. So how are Aberdeen going to be after that game? The disappointment.
That's Wednesday night. Hearts Aberdeen at Tynecastle. Because I'm going.
Yeah, they might be shattered Aberdeen after the extra time on that pitch.
That's a good point as well. But and even mentally, you know, the disappointment. I know getting to the final. So
because they had a big dip after the last Rangers performance result. Remember?
Aye, and Tynecastle at night, what a place to play your football. The great atmosphere.
That'd be a great game, wouldn't it? Wednesday night, I might go to that as well.
The worst decision in world football ever. Rashford. Fernandez's goal.
I just concentrate on the Scottish game.
That is a waste of time.
That's offside, isn't it?
Fuck's sake, he's running next to the
ball. He's been playing through Derek, right, for Rashford, and he's running onto it. And at the last minute, he was offside. The last minute, Fernandez has come from behind him and said, I'll take it. So Rashford's no touched it. So and the rest of Man City just kind of stopped because they thought...
So they would have stopped, wouldn't they? If what was it? Was it chaos then? Did everybody go after scored? Did they go after
that? Aye. It's definitely...
The way you're describing that then, you would, wouldn't you?
Oh, it's really bad.
Rashford's basically fucking shielding the ball the way until Fernandez scores.
It's a
stopping the defender even getting to the ball.
I hate the rule as well because it's actually good. I mean, defenders used to get taught and it was good defending sometimes when you stepped up and caught them offside. That kind of happened. And it's crap.
Liverpool keep getting done with that, don't they?
It's rubbish.
Barisic, innit? Barisic does it. He stops kind of, doesn't he?
Even Aberdeen, I know, even that goal.
Liverpool need to stop that high line.
No.
Because they're no pressing in the middle of the park.
They're running, that's what they're doing.
They've got
time. There's no pressure, they've got time
to get their head up, put the ball in behind, they're doing the sides, and they're high up. You've got about 30-40 yards to run, innit?
They've gone, man.
They've gone, mate.
They're all over the place.
They need, even players, even if your manager's saying that, you need, see when you get there, I'd be going like that, by the way. See if they've no got a press on, we need to drop a wee bit. We can't hold this high line.
Because the running stats, it shows you they're way down for the previous season, so you can't play like that. You can't
easy to play against. You get even midfield runners.
Brighton's a good team.
Teams need these new players, don't they?
He's in that same squad.
Manny left and that was them, they just fell apart. You're looking at some of the players.
Midfield's done.
Henderson's been an unbelievable selling for the club, but
you're right.
When he's playing every week at this age, like, you're needing somebody to be pressuring him to be playing.
Man, you are back.
What a team.
Eric Ten Hag, what a guy, man.
Do you know what I love about him though? He's ruthless.
Dutch
Sancho, reserves, enjoy them. Do you know what I mean? Ronaldo,
no, I'm not
doesn't he
fuck
about
Dutch accent?
No, he's good at Dutch. He's good at Dutch.
Brilliant for that deal. You're good with Dutch. You're a lot of big Dutch, aren't you?
What's the cheesiest you've ever seen your dad?
Cheesiest? I don't know, when he brought a big bag of cruds home one night.
What, a big bag of what?
Cruds.
What's that?
It's like the ends of the cheese, the nice bits. I've seen it before. I just couldn't remember where I'd seen it before. Cruds. I used to call them cruds.
Cheese on toast, can't beat that, mate.
What, see, cheese on toast, do you melt the cheese or do you cut the slice of cheese?
Put it in the grill.
Do you grill it?
Cheese on top, grill it.
Grill and then Worcester sauce on it.
Worcester sauce, holy.
Oh no, see, I like the toast. I like the toast in and then butter and then slice the cheese and leave it on top.
Oh, nice. Did your dad ever just nail a full fucking block of cheddar with nothing else?
He used to get big fucking blocks of
Sitting
cheddar.
on the toilet. Sitting in the bath. Sitting in the bath, just eating a big...
Too far in it, Derek. Too far in it.
That's what I like about it. You just take it way somewhere else.
I just want to know what kind of like imagination, what kind of head, what kind of like brain capacity have you got that you're coming up with this?
See if I go in the bath here, that.
I did.
He still does.
I was young. Oh, you spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Sure.
What was, I went for a bath this morning. My mum got his 10 bath bombs and they're all different colours, but I don't like it. It turns the bath that colour.
That's the bombs that his mum was making.
Sorry, my mum, mate.
You like a wee bath bomb, aye?
I did like bath bombs, but my man's
Does she not call a bath bomb when she comes in and farts in the bath?
she jumps in.
Is that not what she calls a bath bomb?
She runs and jumps he's first in. You want a bath bomb? Right, in she goes. No, but listen, I think I seen that being Spurs and Arsenal yesterday. My God, Spurs.
No, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm talking about the bath bombs.
And the Everton fan.
I know that's what I was
sorry, mate.
So see this. We'll go into the altercation with the fans, but see that first half, Spurs is one of the worst performances.
Oh my God, how bad are they, mate?
Fuck me.
But that's why wait till you're 2 down to go and press Arsenal higher up the pitch?
Arsenal's a good side, aren't they? They are a good side.
Very
Look at
good.
that.
No, they are either excellent.
Odegaard's a joy to watch, isn't it?
Spurs couldn't literally put
The continent's
two
his
passes
oyster,
together.
Odegaard, the continent's his oyster.
Harry's oyster.
The worst thing you see when you say, the worst when you say that, I mean, you didn't even click on it, no. Continent's your oyster before it was right. It's a cracker that for you. But no,
What about the fans?
Was they all scrapping?
Mate, the fan booted Ramsdale after the game.
Seen that this morning?
Fucking me arsehole, man.
Aye, I know. He should be banned.
You're not getting comics. He had the
Stewart not just grab him?
Wait,
Not to be fair, the boy
he gave him a ding.
He booted him and then he was fucking away. Click.
If that happened to you in a game, what you doing?
Screaming.
I'm straight to that board and run up the stairs to get him.
Nah, I'm round in the tunnel screaming.
And I'm punching everybody in the way up to get him.
Aye.
I'll take the hit. I'm killing everybody.
Did you see the Everton fans to the players?
That happened to us years ago. That happened to us. See, we were getting relegated with Sunderland. They used to follow us home and used to wait on us coming out at the end of the game and that. It was fucking hard. But I could understand because obviously that's your team, your frustrations, but it's no nice.
What, would you be in your face in that, kid?
Oh, fucking hell, man. I remember those days. It was
How does a
tough.
player in it to take all that? You know,
tough.
the abuse that gets shouted at you.
Because you can't say it back. There's nothing you can say back.
As soon as you do something so the press and all, it's caned.
as well.
Who got spat on?
I went on loan to Dundee, so I did when I was at Rangers, and my first game was against Celtic, and it's not a tunnel, as you know at Dundee. You come out the kind of side door, you know it really well, and just at the side there was a lot of Celtic fans, and I'm in a Dundee shirt, ready to go out, and that's what I go. I get spat on.
I think that's one of the worst things that could ever happen to you.
Horrible, and but you can't react, you know, and it's like it's minging. It's horrible.
Any other instances of fans as well? What about your own fans?
Oh, my own fans? No, I remember one. I remember Cammy Fraser scored the goal at Ibrox, and they'd been giving him a hard time. And as he scored the goal, as he's running right along the Govan, he starts giving him a Vicky. And I'm running to celebrate him. I just went, oh, I don't know what about. He says, I'm not having you, mate. I'm off skate.
Windass done it, didn't he? Remember Windass, the Rangers fans like that?
How crazy is that? But you're running right along the Govan, Stone giving him a Vicky. I was running to celebrate him, and I went, oh, fuck that. I'm off skate, man. I'm away in a different direction.
There's certain fans,
crazy.
There's certain clubs with fans that you just don't let, as much as you want to say something and do something, you just don't.
Kev, and I used to see at Rangers as well as a youngster, even when I was in there at 15, 16 and helping out and all that, and I was at games. See, when there wasn't good times, you know, they were struggling, Rangers, and the players they parked during the school and they had to run the gauntlet. And it was unbelievable. I used to stand outside. And they had to walk out and see the abuse that the players used to get. It was unbelievable. And to watch them walking across and getting all that hurled at them, it was horrible.
When we were getting relegated, I just when we would finish training, it'd be straight home and just stay in the house all day and don't go anywhere near. Aye, block of cheese.
Cup of tea, block of cheese.
Couple of slices of bread, toast fucking cup of tea, 2 sugar milk sorted.
I was at Celtic when I was the 18th or 19th man, the Clyde game. Remember the Clyde game when I came to Stadium? I was in the stand that day and back on the bus, Celtic fans waiting for say at the bus at Parkhead, Tommy Burns went out and spoke to him. But that was, I remember that. You never expected that. You get back and it was like, what the fuck?
That was Keane's first game.
I've
seen a few players though, like the players say it and all, and they go and start arguing with the fans, they don't like it when the fans do it.
Big Yerry Mina, wasn't he? Big Yerry Mina was doing it with Everton.
Was he doing that, was he?
He's like, what is it?
He's a nut job in, but ain't he?
You know.
You've seen nothing to him.
It's a kind of that old-fashioned thing. They've paid their money, they can say what they want, but I think that's gone now. I think they've got to kind of curtail that. But back in the day,
it was
wild.
The chairman couldn't go again.
They had to tell the directors not to come because their lives were at risk. Lives at risk.
What is it they've done so bad?
These guys going, all right lads, need better lads, need some keeping lads.
That's good.
That is very good.
It was about that pitch and I'm thinking to myself, you've probably been to maybe like 20 games your whole life, son.
I don't know, mate. I think they're quite fanatical.
No, it was just that young guy shouting, but
they've spent a fortune, Everton, have they not?
I think that's what they're saying. I think they've spent a lot of money, but the people they're bringing in to make these decisions have not got a clue. I think that's the problem.
And the thing is, they've got an unbelievable stadium being built
it's a brilliant club, isn't it?
Liverpool shipyards, and it looks.
Was that on the go? Is that already underway?
It's nearly done.
Is it? Not
nearly done, but the structure's all done. It looks unbelievable. And if they end up finding themselves in the championship,
that could
because that's look at Leeds. How long did it take Leeds? I think it was 14 years, 15 years to get back up. Sunderland, it's took them the best part of, I think they're at nearly 9 years or something since they were in the Premiership and they're still no back. So if you come down, see, we don't go straight back up.
Yeah, it's tough.
And if they've got that new stadium, then the finances might be horrendous.
Of course. Tottenham got that new stadium, couldn't spend any money after it. Well, two do have money. Chelsea have just bought somebody for a $100 million.
Have you been in the Tottenham Stadium?
No, my mate worked it.
I'd like to
build it.
I'd like to go to
you get your glass tint and you just do that and your pint fills up.
I'd like to experience that.
I've always wondered how that works.
What do you mean?
Because there must be a hole somewhere.
I think you get a glass and you just do that. And the thing is in it, just goes...
Fills your pint up for you.
It looks amazing, the stadium, doesn't it?
I know, I think I'm going to take it.
But Chelsea, 100 million for that boy. What was Arsenal? Against Celtic. Arsenal bid 70.
And they've just
Modric. Is that how you pronounce it?
Modric.
Some player, but that's a hell of a lot of money.
Against Scotland, didn't he? Did you see him against Scotland?
Against Scotland.
Oh, he's a good player.
I mean, it's 100 million. It's mad to fit money fit one in it because I mean the boy looks brilliant, but he's barely played, didn't he?
Is it because of Chelsea on such desperation to improve that these teams are now just saying?
He plays in the left and Sterling.
I know. Is there a need a striker? It's a striker.
Do you think Graham Potter's buying him?
Nah.
No chance.
Nah. He's getting it for Chelsea fans as well. Did you see him going to his motor?
They were singing for Tuchel at the game. Singing for Tuchel at the game.
Tuchel, that's right.
Who comes into Chelsea? Pochettino?
No, they'll stick with him, mate. That owner, I think he's had the same manager in his American football team for like 10 years or something.
I don't doubt that Potter will turn it around. I think he will turn it around. I think he's a good manager.
Imagine you get ousted and you get wee Billy in charge.
Wee Billy Reid.
Wee Billy caretaker.
Boys, it's been great. I'm going to go and watch Yellowstone.
Are you?
I'm going to stuff
it. After Yellowstone,
that's what I was going to say. It's about your teeth. My teeth are yellow.
Brilliant.
My teeth are really yellow.
I like that about you though.
Because red wine and
I like that about you.
It's not good for you.
Come on, let's say, wait a minute. Let's end with one thing. If you fell out with any of your family members early years, make up the day. Because people watching it, go and sort it out. You only live once.
Well, him and his brother.
You and your brother.
Tell him to stop getting tossed off.
What did you do with that robot? What did you and the robot get up to? Why did he vote with you? Seriously, you need to tell the truth. No, but I would say
something. You had to keep replacing the robot's arm, didn't they?
But so what I would say to definitely is, you could die tomorrow.
You're the same. You need to make
no, because you could die tomorrow.
Never fell out.
You have. But phone him a day and tell him you love him.
Tell him you love him, you wanted to sit there and interview
him. I've got a lot of love for everybody.
No, but what I would say to him, you could die tomorrow.
Send him a naked picture of the
I could very well die tomorrow.
You could
I keep saying that to my missus, that's how I want to go on holiday. I need sunshine in my life.
No, we need John here, mate.
But I need sun.
Do you know what I mean, Sido? You could
away this week,
What?
You're away this week?
Text Barry now.
I'm going away on Sunday.
Text him now.
All be forgotten.
There is a lot of loving for me.
Hey. All be forgotten, a picture of your arse. Please.